spin the wheel, we take the shot. Every idea, give it all we got. Fans and voices unite the lot. This is the place where legends are made high. Welcome to the table, grab your seat, where passion runs wild and the world's all me. Debate it, play it, live it loud and proud. Gimmick table media, we draw the crowd. Cameras, voices rise from the ring to daily life. Stories clash, opinions fly. We're the spark you can't deny. From the boardroom to the ring, soap dreams and the battles we bring. Cards unfold, the future sings. Gimmick table, do your thing. We spin the wheel, we take the shot. Every idea, give it all we've got. Fans and voices unite the lot. This is the place where legends are made high. Welcome to the table, grab your seat, where passion runs wild and the world's all me. Debate it, play it, live it loud and proud. Gimmick table media, we draw the crowd. Dice on the board, football plays, indecisive words. Terror truths and gamers adore. We're the pulse you can't ignore. Plot twists like a soap opera tune. Replay life under the crescent moon. Every stream and every cartoon. GTM's vibe forever in bloom. No holding back, every genre's call. Stand up, speak out, let's have it all. From the small town dream to the stadium hall. You feel that buzz, that's Gimmick's call. Welcome to the table, right this way, where every voice has its say. From debating to the grand display, Gimmick table media's here to stay. Welcome to the table, grab your seat, where passion runs wild and the world's all me. Debate it, play it, live it loud and proud. Gimmick table media, we draw the crowd. We spin the wheel, we take the shot. Every idea, give it all we got. Fans and voices unite the lot. This is the place where legends are made high. Welcome to the table, grab your seat, where passion runs wild and the world's all me. Debate it, play it, live it loud and proud. Gimmick table media, we draw the together with pride worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Listen up, wrestling fans. Showing love for your favorites doesn't stop at a t-shirt. If you're heading to a live event, you better be ready for the hard cam. Step up your show day drip with Hard Cam Creations, custom handmade accessories built for the loudest, proudest fans in the building. Whether you're backing a legend or leading your own faction, these pieces make sure you stand out when that camera swings your way. From spectator to certified superfan, it's time to walk to the ring in style. New drops coming soon. Find Hardcam Creations on Etsy and follow at Hardcam Creations on Instagram today.
Kicking out at 2 intern Ace Finley here. And before Michael and Tori hit the ropes and dive into the latest in the world of wrestling, let's tag in one of our show's partners, W Energy. If you're looking to fuel your grind, whether it's late night booking sessions, streaming, or just surviving Monday, W Energy's got your back. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus. Use code KICKINOUT, all one word, at checkout to get 10% off your order. Now let's get back to the show.
Whatever.
He, she's, they, and all those who slay. Grab your ticket, grab your popcorn, and get ready because today we're going backstage shakeups, possible returns, the future of women's professional wrestling, and our experience at GCW Tussle in Tulsa from Bell2Bell. Welcome to Kicking Out 2. I'm Michael, and with me is the always opinionated, never duplicated, and always ready to drop a beat that meat for a Big E special, Tori. Hey, Tori.
Hey, to be clear, I was not chanting beat that meat because I was like, these chants are fucking awful.
Are you kidding? Those were great. All right.
No.
Hey, everybody. We got Christy in the chat. We got Chris in the chat. Thank you for being here. Jillian's here too. Appreciate y'all being here. All right. We'll just go ahead and get straight to it.
News team,
Sami Callihan.
assemble!
Man's been gone from TNA for a little while. Apparently, he's been doing a test drive backstage at AEW. Bodyslam.net reported Sami Callihan has been working backstage with All Elite Wrestling. The former TNA star reportedly has been involved on the production side of things. The arrangement is currently believed to be on a trial basis, so it's not a permanent position as of yet, but they're giving him a tryout in the back room. What do you think of that?
Okay, bro. Do whatever works for you. Like, he had a long in-ring career.
Mhm.
Took a lot of punishment. Do I think at this point the best thing he can do is backstage stuff? Yeah. He's got a great mind for the business. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what works on TV.
He sure does. Bobby just popped in. Hey, Bobby. Welcome in. Welcome in. If my buttons are going to work today. No, of course not. Why would they work today?
Nope.
Every time. Every time. That's fine. Do this the manual way. All right. Speaking of more contract situations, Sinner and Saint was released by TNA here recently. I'm pretty sure most of you are like me and saying who, because they didn't really do a lot with them.
I knew the tag team name. I have no idea who they are.
Fightful Select confirmed that Travis Williams and Judas Icarus, which were their names, requested and received their releases. The duo was reportedly well liked backstage. Many within TNA were surprised that they did not receive more television opportunities, which kind of leads to what I was talking about of, like, a lot of people didn't know who they were because they just didn't use them. They were a prominent tag team on the indies and just kind of let them sit there and not do anything. Sounds like the tag division at most companies, so sounds about right. Tag teams often face challenges when it comes to getting television time because they're focusing on the main card stuff. And unfortunately, tag team wrestling just never gets to that top. Like the last time we saw a main event tag team match, I think was Hell in a Cell, if I remember right, with New Day and Usos. I think that was the last time we had a main event of a tag team on a pay-per-view. So, like, we're not focusing on that.
And if that tells you anything about how long it's been, because that was like 1926.
Yep. So, I mean, obviously, you look at the talent pool today. How important is it for companies to invest in their tag teams?
I personally am a huge tag team wrestling fan. Always have been. Right now, I don't think it is. But I do think if a company took the time to build a tag team division, you could build a show around your tag division.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and just to tout things that I've said before, give them their own creative. Like, have someone just do creative for the tag team division. You've got enough people there that you could have someone specifically for tag team, someone specifically for the women, someone specifically for the mid card, and someone for the main event. And that way, everybody gets a story. And it's not just like, oh, well, we forgot to put tag teams on, or like this past Monday Night Raw, oh, we forgot to have any women wrestling. The only woman that showed up on the card was Maxine, and she was just there as the manager role that she's been
Liv and
put back
Io
in
had
there.
their 10 seconds of fame,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I I think tag team wrestling is really underutilized just across the board, every company. Um, the flip side of it is you have these, for lack of a better term, makeshift tag teams, and nobody cares. Like, I'm sorry, Braun Breaker and Austin Theory, I don't care.
yeah.
I don't.
And they're trying to now. I'll give them that with this Maxine storyline and the on again, off again with Paul Heyman. They're trying to make them something, but at the time that they threw them together, it's like, all right, well, Bronson got injured, and so we can't have Bronson anymore. All right, well, then we'll put Theory and Logan Paul together. Oh shit, Logan Paul got hurt now. Like it's just one after the other, and then you just stuck Braun, who was supposed to have a main event push. Like they were trying to get him to be a main guy, and
I
now we
was
just
about
shoved
to
him in tag
say,
team.
considering he was supposed to win the Rumble, and now he's a tag champ.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Now here's the thing: I'm not against him being a tag champ, but we're not leaning into the reason of why he should be a good tag champ because he is the son and the nephew of the fucking Steiner brothers. That right there should be like, I decided to take this belt because this is my division. This is my legacy.
So, to be clear, fuck that guy.
Yes.
But
Rick Steiner, for those that don't know, is on the short list of fuck that guys.
I think he's pretty much the list at this point.
Eh.
There's one or two others, but
I mean, one of them got knocked out of Power Slap last time we talked, so.
warmed the cockles of my soul.
The cockles and subcockles of my heart.
I saw our clip talking about it, and I'm just like, I'm so happy that happened, and I get to see myself be happy that happened. Until somebody actually takes the time, I will give Tony credit. They do a lot with their tag division.
Mhm.
Trios, tag, all of that. Like, people that aren't normally teams are in tag matches. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Your tag division is strong. You're building it. I'm good with it.
We're just not focusing on it.
We are and we aren't, though, because Cage and Cope are your tag champs, and they're on pretty much every show.
Yeah. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. He's smart about that.
Rick James.
Rick James, bitch. Real quick.
Yeah, it could be better.
Yeah. In the chat, we got Jillian saying she'd pick a tag team match over a singles match every single time. Absolutely. It's more action. There's more movement, more to watch. Bobby wants to know, what if Sinner and Saint go to Maple Leaf Pro? I think that'd be a great spot for them, or Ring of Honor. I think either one of those is a great spot for them. I'd rather see Maple Leaf Pro, though, because personally, I think that's more on the up. And Ring of Honor is still just kind of this nebulous thing that no one can really watch. So to get them TV time, I'd rather have them on Maple Leaf Pro.
It's basically AEW Dark.
Yeah.
But you pay for it.
Yeah. And then Stampede jumps in. The Maxine Theory thing is a rehash of Dom and Rhea. That's a rehash of Dom and Liv. Yeah, I mean, I see that comparison. I feel it more like I think this is where the Mandy story was supposed to go, where they kind of had this like on again off again thing, and then she turns on him and turns heel, and like I think that's where that was supposed to go. And so I think this is just the culmination of, let's finish that story that we were supposed to.
The problem with them doing that originally was Otis was so over.
Yeah.
He still is. Like, you may not put him on
him.
TV all the time, but people love that guy.
Yeah. Extreme Chick just popped in, said, hey, Michael and Tori. Hey, welcome in. Yeah. To me, good for them. I mean, it's kind of the know your worth situation of they weren't getting TV time, they weren't getting time to develop. So, all right, we're gonna bounce. We'll go somewhere else, do our business somewhere else.
Right.
Another contract situation: Steve Maclin. Preliminary contract reportedly happened between Steve Maclin and AEW. Nothing indicates a deal is imminent at the moment, but it does seem to be there was a preliminary talk about him going to AEW. Do you think Maclin fits on the AEW roster, though?
With the amount of injuries they've had, yes.
He's a warm body with a pulse.
Well, it's not just that. It's you bring Maclin in, and I hate to fucking say it. You put him with the Don Callis family until Josh Alexander comes back, and then you have your tag team. You have a good tag team.
Very, very good point. I don't know if I could handle a 506th member of the Don Callis family, though.
We took Andrade out. We took Takeshita out. Kyle Fletcher or Okada is next, leaving. It's going to get to where there's only one or two top guys there, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. Because right now it's NWO DC. So, black and bald.
That's a great reference.
But
By the
stairs. More contract news, though. It seems like that's all we're talking about today. Sheamus. Early reports suggested Sheamus was leaving WWE after rejecting a restructured deal. Fightful Select later clarified that Sheamus remains under contract currently. The current expectation is that he becomes a free agent about October 1st. So just people just kind of jumping the gun on that story, and we did too. Like I got the news saying that he was leaving, so I reported the news that he was leaving because that's what we were told.
I mean, he is leaving. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, it's just when they're going to let him go. And I think we talked to death as far as like what we want to see him do and where he should go.
We have.
So I don't think we need to go more into that. But speaking of other things that we don't care about, Nikki Bella should be possibly returning. WrestleBoats Radio reported that
Nikki, she's not going to botch a match.
WrestleBoats Radio reported Nikki Bella has been discussed in creative currently because she is on the mend of being able to come back for another run. This is reportedly the first creative discussion, though, that they've had with her since WrestleMania. Nikki remains one of the most recognizable WWE women's stars. She had the Total Bella, excuse me, but Total Divas before that. Like, she's been everywhere as far as outside of WWE is concerned. Some people, like Extreme Chick, say, God, I wish both Bella twins would just go away. Me.
I like Nikki.
You don't like botch mode. Stampede says, just to go back on the Maclin thing, Maclin would fit in the Death Riders, the DCF, the dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see him in the dogs. The Death Riders, where they are right now, I don't know if I could see him there, because now I don't know what their story is, but whatever they're doing, I like it. Because what they're doing with Ospreay is amazing.
They're very tweener at the moment, and I'm good with it. I say that. They're very tweener, except for Yuta, because everybody fucking hates Wheeler Yuta.
Yep. I think the main thing with Nikki coming back, though, is obviously they wanted Nikki and Brie to be the tag team champions at some point because they were kind of the women's tag team before there was a women's tag team division.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's probably what we're going to do. She's going to come back and we're going to finish that story out. Paige is finally out of this makeshift tag team that they put her in. Brie can kind of get some losses, and then Nikki comes back and says, we need to finish what we started. And then hopefully that runs over.
I don't hate them putting the titles on Fallon and Laney.
No.
Don't hate it. Think it was the right move. I am glad that it's over.
Yeah. Well, because like Paige coming back was supposed to be this monumentous thing. And then she was just in a tag team. Like, okay, well, it's cool that she has friends, I guess.
Welcome back. You get to carry Brie.
Mike Santana, I think everybody expects him to have an arrival at WWE. WrestleVotes Radio reports that WWE sources expect Mike Santana to join before the end of this summer. Santana reportedly was very impressive to the NXT representatives and WWE representatives when he was doing the NXT appearances while he was under a TNA contract. WWE believes he already has an authentic connection with the fans. And so it's one of those things, if they bring him in, it's not going to be long for him to be able to do things. Obviously, Santana has reinvented himself over the years, being a henchman in LAX, doing the inner circle stuff, Pride and Power, them separating and him becoming his own entity, and then basically being the front runner in TNA for a while. Like, he's constantly kind of rebuilding himself into something new. Who knows what he could do when he gets back in? I'll tell you what WWE's probably going to do. They'll probably stick him with another group of Hispanic people, because that's what we do.
I got nothing for that.
Checking chats here. The Bellas just don't fit in the women's division, says Extreme Chick.
I disagree. The Bellas fit fine.
Okay.
They're not any different than any other female they have on the roster right now. They fit. We just don't really care. Because they don't make us care about women's wrestling in the WWE.
Yeah. Stampede says, the Bellas are as interesting as reading the dictionary while listening to elevator music. I think you're giving them a little more credit.
On my third days, rude.
And Bobby says, I'd be down for Steve Maclin winning the ROH belt from Bandito. I'd be fine with anybody winning that from Bandito, because he never defends it. He's had like one defense in 155,000 days. So I need him to defend that title a little bit more.
I need the 30-day rule back.
Absolutely. I need that all over too, because you said the thing about they only seem to care about Rhea. Why does Rhea still have the title?
They're doing an interim champ now.
Right. No, but that's my point. She still has the title.
Rhea. She's the most over female that company has ever seen.
I don't disagree, but if she's not going to be on my TV, take the title off her, because then she can come back to a big pop saying, I want my belt back. It's Razor and Shawn all over again. One comes back and goes, I never lost that.
Yep.
I agree. It writes itself. It's just amazing that they can't figure that out, because it was their own story. MLW, they re-signed Joe Dombrowski. Waiting for you to say who. Fightful Select confirmed that Joe signed a new contract with MLW. He joined MLW in 2021, currently calls MLW Fusion alongside with Tom Lawler. So he's one of the ring announcers for MLW currently. Contrary teams are an important part of wrestling, so I'm really glad they were able to get him back into it. I haven't watched a lot of MLW, so I don't know how good he is on the mic. I assume good if they want to keep him.
I haven't either.
Better than some recent commentary we've heard, for sure. Which we'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, it's good that they got him back in. I'm glad to see that. To a more important news, though, NWA Empowerrr. I do that because I spell everything that ends with an R with 3 R's. It returns on August 28th. So NWA Empowerrr, returns the 28th in Sevierville, Tennessee. I assume that's how you say that. It's an event that's an all-women's pay-per-view. So it's good that someone's doing that, because, I mean, no one else is doing it. We've got evolutions and revolutions, and nobody can get a women's thing going for some reason. So it's good that someone's doing it. And NWA is over there killing it. Like, I've caught a few things on there. I can't remember her name. There's one, like, it's a gothic dead girl kind of character. She just kind of started over there. I don't think she's signed yet. I think it's just she's like someone that floats in there from time to time as enhancement. But I mean, that character looks really cool. I'd love to sit there and watch it, especially now that we don't have Brodus Clay hanging out there. So I might actually enjoy the TV a little bit more.
Is he not there anymore?
I understand. No, I haven't seen him in any of the promotional stuff, so
Okay.
hopefully that means he's no longer with them because that was rough to watch. All right. Well, it's time again for the question that I ask you every single week.
Who's better than Canyon?
Game Changer Wrestling, which is something we're going to talk about here a little bit later, has become one of the defining promotions of all the independent wrestling scene, creating unforgettable moments, legendary matches, and some of the most unique champions and wrestlers in wrestling today. From deathmatch icons to crossover superstars and the wrestlers who have helped shape GCW's identity. What we're going to do is we're going to do a who betta for the 10 GCW World Champions to go head to head and to
Okay.
see who you think is who better.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, Blake Christian, a representative of GCW's Next Generation. Blake Christian captured the GCW World Championship in a cage of survival match and brought a high-flying athletic style to this chaotic promotion. And he goes up against Nick Gage, which I think that doesn't need to have any introduction. We all know who Nick Gage is.
I'm a big Blake Christian fan. I love that kid, Blake Christian.
Okay.
Before the GCW people come at me, I'm not a huge fan of deathmatch wrestling. I don't have a problem with Nick Gage. You know your audience, you know what you're doing. Good for you, sir. Not my personal thing, but hey, buffet.
Exactly. Glad you brought
Not
it back to
Phoebe.
that. All right. Then we have Blake Christian versus Effie, the sexual intellectual, became a landmark champion of GCW, representing a new era for the promotion and almost bringing in a new era of LGBTQ plus stars because it kind of started with him as far as the blow up of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with Blake, but I'm a big Effie fan just because of what he's done for the Alphabet Mafia.
Yep.
Like he's done a ton for the community in terms of the wrestling business. Obviously, Big Gay Brunch is a huge part of Mania Week.
Mm-hmm.
So huge Effie fan, but I gotta stick with Blake Christian.
All right. Blake Christian versus one of the biggest surprises in GCW history, Matt Cardona, who shocked the wrestling world by defeating Nick Gage.
Love Cardona. It's got to be Cardona.
Woo, woo, woo. You know it. There was we'll take a small little mini news break. It wasn't newsworthy in my opinion. Apparently a lot of people are asking the question of like, is this whole thing with him and Danhausen to bring Zack Ryder back? There has been no conversations of bringing Zack Ryder back. WWE wanted him to because they thought it was like a more known name, but there's been no talks about it currently coming back. So
At this point, Cardona's the more known name.
yeah, especially on main event. Matt Cardona versus Masha Slamovich, a history-making champion. No? There's still Cardona? Okay. We'll move on. Cardona versus the bad boy who can't beat a 14-year-old, Joey Janela.
I talked to him for a second on Sunday, which was, to be fair, kind of cool. Just because of who Joey Janela is. Like, he's not an unknown name.
Yeah. I mean, he was prominent on AEW for quite a while, and then...
To be fair, I was a little intimidated to go talk to KJ Orso. That's why I didn't. But I got to stick with Cardona, but I do love what they're doing with Janela. And I don't think he wins another one before he retires at Homecoming.
All right. All right. So, hold on. Did you stick with Cardona or did you say Joey? I forget.
Cardona.
Okay. Cardona versus a former WWE champion who brought worldwide attention to GCW, Jon Moxley.
Mox. Love Mox. Fucking love Mox.
All right. Jon Moxley versus one of GCW's standout young talents, Jordan Oliver.
The Brain was the champ?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of, I really enjoyed them too. I gotta stick with Mox. I really like the Brain. I'm a big fan of Busta and the Brain. Trademark pending, I know, but
No, we can work this out. He's the
yeah,
brains of wrestling. I'm the brains of wrestling podcasting.
there we go. I gotta stick with Mox, but I do love Jordan Oliver. Like, I really was a big fan of those two.
He won me over this weekend.
Yeah,
Like
both of them.
I've not seen, like, seeing him live, I guess is the best. Like,
Yeah,
I get it. He's good. All right. Cardona versus Mance, or are we? No, Mox. That's right. You went Mox.
Mox.
Mox versus Mance Warner.
Still Mox. Like Mance Warner. Big. I'm getting to be where I know him a little better and like his overall, but still Mox.
Okay. Mox versus the last one, Atticus Kogar. Okay.
I'm really hoping Vipers takes that title.
I'm sure she will.
God, I hope so.
That's how you got to end that story. All right, so we're gonna.
But I gotta stick with Mox.
All right, we're gonna end this early GCW World Championship edition of Who Better. We've got Tori's answer. Put down in the chat who you think wins the gauntlet, because there's only one question left to answer, and that's who better. All right. So for Bring It to the Table, it's a little different because it's not just something we watched, it's something we experienced. We got to be there for Tussle in Tulsa. She'd kill me if I didn't say it. We went there with our good friend Christy. We got to see, yep. I don't have mine in here, but yeah, we both got a signed picture from Gabby.
And she personalized it, which I thought was really. She was like, "Do you want me to personalize that?" Sure. Wasn't gonna ask.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm glad she did, because I don't want it to seem like we're one of those that are like, I'm going to take the signature and then go like on it off somewhere. No, I want that to be mine forever. It's in a folder now that it's just going to stay there.
This will end up going in a frame, probably.
Probably. I'm redoing my hallway. There's gonna be pictures of you in there as well, down the hallway.
We don't need to do that.
I'm gonna have a friends section, so it'll be like a friends section. You'll be in the friends section, which is also the family section because.
What?
Anyway,
I said it's gonna be a really small section. It's gonna be like 3 people.
Yeah. Over here catching strays, which means that you're getting insults from the side, just for someone in the chat that did not know what that word meant. Chrissy, I do want to mention you on the show. Not only that, the rundown we're going to go through, the pictures you're going to see are pictures that Christy took for us. Because I wasn't
using the pictures.
Yeah, I'm using her pictures
Nice.
for this because I thought it apropos. Thought it worked fine. So anyway, if you watched,
mom took pictures, the picture mom took a bunch of pictures.
That's right. So yeah, tonight for Bring It to the Table, we're talking about a company that has built its reputation on going where other major wrestling promotions don't or seem to can't do, and that's to give the entire buffet to you all in one night. They came to Broken Arrow. Let's be clear. I don't want to be that guy that's a stickler and go, but actually you're in Broken Arrow. So it was like a battle in Broken Arrow. I don't know why we went Tussle and Tulsa, but okay, whichever. She says me.
Major
I'm
city.
bitches. I guess, but still, we were their 38th state. So they're continuing to try to build more. They've got Nebraska coming up, which will be 39. Minnesota after that, which is 40. And with Lauderdale already announcing Massachusetts, that'll be their 50th state. So they'll have officially all 50 states. Hopefully.
No. Wait, he's got it all mapped out so that Massachusetts will be 50. They're going to Hawaii at some point, or already have?
That's what they're wanting to do. So the milestone is in Massachusetts will be the 50th state in fall of 2027. Between now and then, he's trying to hit the rest of the states.
Gotcha.
However, I do want to say, technically, you should also go to Puerto Rico. Just technically. And if we buy Canada and we buy Greenland, go there too. No, all right. Sometimes the jokes don't land. It's okay. So anyway, this was a part.
That impression never lands. No,
this is an important part of GCW's identity, because they're kind of taking over, like the indie scene. They are what Guerrilla Pro used to be. They are what almost kind of what NWA used to be. There's actually an NWA reference in one of the matches that they talked about, because Joey Janela faces the local champion. And so they mentioned, like, back in the day when it was territory, and what would happen if Ric Flair took this title and never came back. So
they referred to the Oklahoma territory several times, and I just wanted to be like, when did we become a territory? But okay, hey, cool, whatever.
I mean, we kind of were for a little while.
We were, yes, we were for a while. It's been a long time.
It has been. So anyway, before we get on the matches, I think I thought that was something to talk about as far as how far they've come. Us being the 38th state that they're going to, it's a massive deal. If you got to watch it, awesome. If you didn't, go on Triller. And actually, I don't know if I should say this, but I've seen all the things on YouTube too. So you can go watch the individual matches on YouTube, apparently. Watch it, because we're on camera a lot. It was a lot of fun. We were right there in the second row.
I have never gotten out of my seat so fucking fast.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of, like, the wrestler just telling us to move. We're like, oh shit, all right, we'll move.
Say less, bro.
Yep. All right, so we'll go through these real quick and just kind of talk about our experiences through each match. Again, my buttons aren't working. That's okay. We'll go manual. One of these days it'll work. There we go. But what about the 51st state and its mayor? Stampede, sir, you do not want Canada to be a 51st state. We're all wanting to come there. So if we could go the other way, I'd appreciate it. The first match was a GCW scramble match. This seems to be apropos for GCW, because every event that I've seen, it starts with some sort of massive multi-man type of match, or in this case, multi-person match, which we'll definitely talk about.
But you know what, though? I don't hate if that's how they open their shows.
No, not at all.
Because they're chaos.
It reminds me of WCW. WCW always started with the cruiserweights because it was fast-paced. It gets people off their butts and watching the show. So it's
get you excited about what's happening.
Right. It's great to start it. So this one had a lot of local people and some GCW stars. This had Danny Orion, Sal Mistretta, who had a football gimmick. It was kind of fun. He had a good pounce. Gypsy Mac, which was the only female in the match itself, kind of a standout too. She was really good. Gavin Ash, Kane Carter, and KJ Valentine, the crazy psycho clown, which everybody seemed to hate. We'll just talk about the match. Like, what did you think of the match? What did you think stood out?
First of all, Gypsy Mac was amazing. That belly to back from in out that she took from outside the ring in was nasty.
It was.
I enjoyed the hell out of this match. Like, it was the opening match. We were already pumped. I enjoyed the absolute hell out of this match.
Yeah.
Danny Orion, I think is his name. Like, that kid is talented. Like, I loved what I saw from him. Sturdy Sal was fun. The clown was just weird.
The clown, I liked his involvement because everybody in there had some reference of, I fucking hate clowns, except for Gypsy, who seemed to be sweet on the clown, and then she got screwed.
Yeah. The Fireball Kid. Wow.
Yeah.
He is young and ooh, he gets it already. He
Yeah.
definitely gets it already.
That was Gavin Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt bad because when he first came out, I want to be perfectly clear. This is the pastiest, whitest person next to Sheamus.
And he looks 12.
Yeah. His girlfriend was in the front row, and so he got to kiss her on the way. And I'm like, who let their kid in here?
There's a
but,
lost child at ringside. I
I
felt
was
like Chris Jericho when James Ellsworth was on the ring.
I was blinded by the white. But
We're not that white. Stop it.
he was pretty damn white.
He was.
Yeah, he did amazing. Which it's ironic that we had a fireball in the first match and the last match. We'll get to that later.
Wow.
Got to work on that commentary.
Do what?
Got to work on that commentary. Christy says he was given Anthony Michael Hall vibes, and you know what? I see it. I see it.
That's a good call. That's like from Weird Science.
Yeah, that's a good pull. I like that one.
Well done, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean he was the skinny
Well
kid,
done.
but he absolutely killed it. He did a
Yeah.
shooting star press that would make anybody flinch. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was very, very pretty. KJ Valentine, he was really good. He had a masked presentation to start off. He did a poison Rana and a corner stunner. A lot of cool stuff there. Danny Orion did this flying crucifix driver, which that was one of the craziest damn things I've ever seen.
We were both like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it was.
It's not very often we see a move that we either haven't seen before or have only seen once or twice.
Yeah.
This was it. Because that shit was crazy.
Yeah. And just the impact of it, how quickly it turned, like they both did amazing as far as making that move look cool as shit.
Who did he hit that on?
He hit that on. Damn. Who was
it? KJ?
I think it was. I think it was KJ. I'm trying to remember whose head I saw bounce off the bottom row. I think it was KJ's. Anyway, damn good match. GCW scrambles are usually designed to make people, first of all, say who is that, because it's usually very local talent. It's underutilized talent, giving them a shot at it. And some of that you saw in here. Like, I'm not going to say everything was crisp. There were some things that was a little bit of hiccups here and there, but that's to be expected in an indie match or indie promotion, that there's going to be those kind of like still learning the ropes type of thing. But absolutely was an amazing opener. It got people out of their seats. The crucifix driver was the thing that finished the match. And then of course we had the 1, 2, and then everybody trying to slide in the ring at the same time to stop it when the 3 hit. So everybody kind of got to have that camera moment of showing how devastated they were that they didn't get to win the match. But great group of people that were in there. I hope to see more of them.
Definitely. It was a great match. Had a blast with it. Like there was no, it was going and going. Like it was a good match.
It was nonstop. And that's again, we'll kind of talk about the minutia of how GCW works as we go along here. That's one of their MOs, is like it has a little bit of everything. And that one, that's the fast pace. That's the cruiserweight style match of just bam, 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 one after another. The second match, we had the WWE ID Showcase match.
He pinned Kane Carter.
Okay, Kane Carter. Gotcha. That's right, Sugar Cane.
Sugar Cane Carter. Okay, knowing his first name is actually Kane, C-A-I-N-E, makes so much more sense. I was so confused I'm like, they named this motherfucker Sugar Cane? That just sounds horrible. I get it now.
I mean, it could be a playoff of Sugar Shane.
He was fantastic too. Don't get me wrong. We didn't talk about him, but Kane Carter is great.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I didn't say much about him because he is, how to say this to make it sound great. He's the Lance Storm. Like, he was solid in the match.
Yeah.
Everything he did was crisp. There was nothing too over the top that he did, but everything he did looked pretty. And
Right.
one of the best drop kicks I've seen too. He did a drop kick that just looked so damn
Dropkick was
pretty.
gorgeous.
The next match we had Marcus Mathers versus Cappuccino Jones. The fans loved Cappuccino. He pretty much the entire match they were chanting his name, me included. I don't know about you two because at that point I couldn't hear anything. But Cappuccino was amazing. He had a Bruce Leroy vibe, to quote Tori. Because he kind of like the whole getup looked very much like that movie if you've ever seen it. Oklahoma representation. He's one of our own, unique character, kind of a throwback to the 1960s, very disco-esque. The crowd immediately got behind him with all the chants. Marcus Mathers came out. He's one of the most talked about young wrestlers right now in the independent scene. He has a kind of a hybrid style, a very technical, athletic, strong striking, with a little bit of high flying sprinkled into it. A great match, though, very solid. Kind of a good wrestling match, with a little bit of hardcore when they slipped out to the outside. Got a couple of good pictures of them down there. But what did you think of this match? What did you think of Cappuccino and Mathers?
Fantastic match. What I'd seen of Marcus Mathers up to this point, this lived up to it and more. Like, he is there again was a few little hiccups, but overall this was a really smooth match. Cappuccino was hella over, but he's a Tulsa guy, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Great match from both of them. Great showing. Bruce Lee, look, I looked at that boy and he did that little, and I was like, oh my God, is that Bruce Leroy? Sure enough.
And we mean that as a compliment, just FYI for anybody listening. That is a
it's
compliment.
not a bad thing. That's just the way his pants sat and some of the movements. I'm like, that's Bruce Leroy, bitch.
Yeah.
Fantastic match. I can't say enough good about both of them. They both have huge futures.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Marcus for a few minutes after the match or after the show, told him how much I appreciated his work, how much I was he was fantastic.
Yeah.
And he was so humble about it.
Absolutely.
He was like, he didn't go, he wasn't arrogant about it. He was super humble, and I really liked that about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's one that I actually have reached out to because we'd love to talk to him.
Yep. Well, and even in the ring, and of course, like when it happens in the ring, it could be character, it could not be character, but him giving Cappuccino his due, his credit. He talked about the fact
that
he talked about since both of them have been in the WWE ID program, they become very close friends. Basically made the reference of like, look, I know GCW is mine, but all of this out here is Cappuccino's. And it was like there were times that the crowd did cheer for Mathers, but then immediately would flip back to
almost all Cappuccino.
Yeah. It was usually when Mathers did something extravagant, and then people were like, "Oh shit, that was really cool." Oh yeah, we're going for Cappuccino though, so we'll just keep doing that. The next match was KJ Orso and Sam Stackhouse versus the Trendsetters, which is the local tag team champs for WFC. Two great kids. I'm all about honesty, and so I'm going to say this honestly. The only problem I had is that it was a little too close to Street Profits look and style, just a little bit.
To be fair, the New Day and Street Profits, there's not a lot of other African American tag teams, so
I don't disagree.
I kind of get it. I didn't see a ton of that match because I had gone to get something to eat, because I hadn't eaten.
Well, and then someone stole your seats, but that's a whole other thing.
Right, that was a whole different thing. We got to move. They got the fuck. You notice they left when I got there. Look, skirt or not, I'll throw hands. Whatever. Let's go. I watched this match back. Those two are good.
Yeah,
they are for local. I don't say this in a derogatory way, but for local talent, they're very good.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're the tag team champs. They are very good at what they're doing. Like I said, that what I said was a very much a nitpick thing. I would change the presentation just a little bit because the taller of the two, which I believe is Andre, I don't remember specifically which was Andre and which was Nelly.
Andre West and Nelly Rivers. I
Yeah.
don't know which one was which.
But the taller of the two, like he had the basketball shorts, he had the headband, looked just like how Dawkins dresses. So that's like I would change that a little bit because he's going to get that comparison as he moves up. If he keeps that look, and I don't know that you want that comparison.
Fair. I mean, it's a hard ass comparison too.
Yeah, because he's so.
But no, like I said, I rewatched this match. The crowd was into it when we were there. I just wasn't in my seat for it. Again, not said derogatory. I don't use the words local talent as a bad thing. It's just a matter of ability, quality, performance, so on. They're good.
Yeah, they're absolutely good. This match was preceded. I don't want to glaze past that. KJ Orso and Sam Stackhouse came out to talk about the fact that they got screwed out of the GCW Tag Championships the week before because Hook came out.
They beat up a dude that is a local guy that I guess is coming back from injury.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back from injury. It made it sound like he is like a newer talent.
Oh, okay.
That's what I kind of got from the promo. I need to look him up. I want to know more about him. But like his reference of I've done 50 promos a day to get here. Like to me, that sounds like he's been trying to build up and get there. So I don't know, but yeah, he came out, did a little promo. They came out and beat him down, and then talked about Hook because Hook screwed them out of the tag belts last week, and they're saying that they are the uncrowned GCW tag champs. And then this match happened. Orzo and Stackhouse did end up winning because they still need to be threats to Jordan Oliver and Alec Price. So obviously they needed to go over on that, and it doesn't hurt anybody as far as a local team. Again, not saying that derogatory, but it does not hurt a local team to lose to KJ and Stackhouse. Which
KJ is on. Stackhouse has slimmed down a lot.
He has,
and is fantastic.
Yeah.
KJ's on the run of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like
since
ditching the Fuego mask.
Yeah.
Has done wonders for him.
Yeah, getting to see his personality and getting to be that dick. I mean, he's just a dick. He's, MJF levels of being a dick, and that's great. Absolutely. He even kind of kept that attitude as we went to tables to see the wrestlers after the matches. Like he kind of kept that attitude. He still like signed stuff and took pictures, but it was very much like he seemed off put from doing any of it, which is how he should be. He's the dick heel. He should act like
in character.
Yeah, it should be definitely like I'm just here so I don't get fined type of energy. Then we had Joey Janela trying to get his losing slump to go away. He faced the WFC champion Wrangler Rhett, who is a rodeo clown. The first time I've ever seen Wrangler Rhett. Here's the thing, gimmick aside, he was good. Again, there was just kind of some hiccup things. There was some miscommunications with a couple of spots that you could see.
The things you would expect when people don't wrestle each other.
Right. But it was a pretty chaotic match. A door got involved, which I'll talk more about doors getting involved here in a bit because doors seem to be GCW's thing.
You know what though? I'm good with it. Okay. I actually kind of like the door more than I like the table.
It's the thing. I do like the door. I like the door more than the table. I do enjoy the door. I will say my criticism now, which is I didn't need doors in 3 matches. 3 out of 6 matches had doors. I didn't need that many.
Oh, I guess they did, didn't they?
Yeah. 3 different matches had doors.
Yeah. That final match, though, was like a melee. It should have had them.
It should have had things.
You know what? No, I'm gonna say I was fine with it in the 3 matches it was in. It was not necessary for this match.
No. But
The other two,
the-
absolutely.
the door is Joey's thing, though. Every match
Yeah.
he's brought out the door, and he's lost because he brought out the door. But Joey Janela playing the veteran in this, saying basically this was going to be a walk in the park. He was going to take the championship and walk away with it. Spent a lot of time talking down to the crowd of how backwoods we were and how he's going to take our title away and all that stuff. A lot of violence, a lot of chaos. Joey tried to overwhelm Rhett, and just it ended up being that Rhett survived. He had one last little gasp of breath, did I believe it was a Samoan drop-esque type of move, and got the win. I will say, like, I don't like the rodeo clown gimmick. It's not, I don't personally like it. There were some things about it that I did like, though. His riding for 8 seconds, that was fun. Basically, he had Joey Janela in the ropes, like in a 619 type of position. He got his leg over him, and he just like rode him for 8 seconds. And that was fun. That was a cool little thing.
It's creative.
Yeah,
I'll give him that one. The whole gimmick, I'm like, I couldn't take him seriously.
Yeah.
That was my biggest problem. You're a fucking clown. Like, literally, you're a fucking clown.
I think if we rolled it back and he just did a cowboy gimmick and did the same stuff he did, because he didn't do anything really rodeo clownish to me. Like, just be a rodeo cowboy. Like, make that be your gimmick. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But it's the indies. We have all sorts of stuff. We had a clown in the first match, had a clown in this match. Why not? But Joey Janela ends up losing, and he had a moment outside the ring, which was phenomenal. Christy got a great shot of that one too. I didn't put that one up here just because I wanted to give Cappuccino. Oh, I didn't even. Excuse me. I haven't even been moving the things here. I did put the moment up there. I was like, I thought I used that picture. Yeah, and there he is. He's counting the losses. That's what I found out it was on the screen today when I watched it, is he's counting the losses that he's had in a row. Just kind of to himself.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, there's KJ and Sam. That's nuts.
Yeah. It's a fun little nod. The basic story with him right now is if he doesn't win between now and Homecoming, he's going to retire. Which at Homecoming, he's going to be facing Marco Stunt, who was supposed to be here. He was advertised for the night.
They said he couldn't make it. I want to say it was either a travel issue or an injury issue.
Yeah. Something happened.
They said on the commentary that he wasn't able to make the trip. Yeah. I don't think he made Dallas either.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. It would have been cool to see him pop up there.
Definitely was. I was really looking forward to seeing Marco Stunt.
And I would almost say, like, to me, I think he would have screwed Joey. And to me, that would have made that better. Because Joey just losing to Rhett, no offense to Rhett, he's the WFC champion. That's a little weird that he lost clean.
What I needed that to be was a roll up out of nowhere kind of win.
Yeah.
Not a hit your finisher kind of win.
Yeah.
And that's what we got.
Yeah. Which that can be my only assumption, is that Stunt was supposed to be part of that finish. And at the end of the day, Joey still has to lose. Like, he has to lose to keep the story going. Do you think GCW should do this more often, as far as having one of their major talents facing a world champion of wherever they are locally?
Yeah, it's hard. For Joey losing, it makes sense. For the story that Joey's in, him losing makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
On a general basis, no. Yes, if you're somewhere that you have a Bear has the title, okay. You're bringing your GCW coming to town to wherever Bear has a title. Yeah. Bear winning, fine. they go to Rhode Island and Gabby lost the title match she had last night. Say they go back there and somebody from GCW loses to that champ. Okay. They already beat Gabby to get the title, so I get it. But Joey just jobbing like this, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. It was a little weird to end it like that.
Again, no disrespect to that horrible gimmick. But
No disrespect, you jackass.
Gilmore, you suck, you jackass.
Eminem being his kid was great.
Huh?
Eminem being his kid in the segment, that was great.
I get it for Joey's story. For anybody else, no, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, fair enough.
Had Marcus lost to Cappuccino, I get that. 100% get that one. I think that's a push.
Mm-hmm.
This is not.
I see what you mean. Chat here, Chrissy just agreeing with us on a lot of what we're talking about, saying that she handled kicking people out of the seats. Yes, she did. Stampede says, not a Doors fan either, more of a Zeppelin fan. I appreciate the dad's joke. There you go. Get that out of the way. The next match, this was a banger. Bear Bronson versus Brick Savage. Just a big man fight. This literally was a Big E special.
Slapping me.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of, we gotta send Christy the clip from the New Day's podcast.
Yeah.
So, because she was really confused that everybody was chanting meat until I explained that to her, and she was like, "Oh, that makes so much more sense now." Context.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
I just played the soundbite for anybody who hasn't heard that, just because I have it, and why not? I thought about making that the thing for Bring It to the Table anyway. Like, that's the soundbite that plays when we do Bring It to the Table. This was exactly what the wrestling community says when there's two huge wrestlers facing each other, just beating the brakes off each other. It was such a great match.
Christy, you're not wrong. Brick Savage is fucking solid.
Yeah. I got to shake his hand as we were leaving, and it's very much like we have said numerous times that when we see these people in person, like, they seem so much larger than life that we expect them to be taller. He wasn't a tall guy, but he solid looking dude. But yeah, he was huge. Immediate reaction from the crowd, all sorts of variations of a meat chant.
We want meat. Beat his meat.
Some of those forever.
I'm sitting over there like, fucking stop it. Fucking stop it.
Yeah. I enjoyed Beat That Meat and Meat Forever. Those two were my favorites.
It was fun. We love Bear. Meeting him was super cool. He was super nice. Excited to see us. Gave us both a hug. Like, it was just a really cool thing for us.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Well, and I was going to talk more about us getting to actually meet them at the end here. So we'll talk more about that. But it was really great to see him in the ring, especially after we had talked with him beforehand. A little bit of news here. My daughter was on Roblox playing, and she heard in the background someone was listening to our podcast.
Shut up.
That's awesome.
Great.
We're getting the Gen Zs. Skibbity stuff and Riz in Ohio. Fuck Ohio. Anyway,
not just say Skibbity and Riz on this fucking show.
There was no wasted motion in this match. It was just two big dudes beating the hell out of each other. Brick Savage had a huge presence. He looked like someone built specifically for this kind of match. He had a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction because he had this like leather strappy thing that was on that obviously was not working for him because he ended up taking off like halfway through the match.
I wondered about that, and I don't know if it was a malfunction or if he just got tired of wearing it. Because I saw him unhook it at one point,
Yeah.
and then he took it off later. So I don't know if it was I landed on that wrong and it fucking hurt. I don't know.
I mean, it could be because you hit a buckle, like a belt buckle when you're falling down. I'm sure that doesn't feel great. Bear, obviously, veteran instincts, specifically like bringing the crowd in. There was a lot of times he slowed down specifically to get the crowd a bigger pop for what they were doing. I think my favorite spot is when they were doing the repetitive shoulder tackles to each other, because they were just running into each other, and the crowd just chanting "meat, meat, meat" every time they hit. It's probably one of my favorite things. They ended up coming outside, and this was one of the first times that we were told to move. Which, when Bear tells you to move, you fucking move.
When a man that big says, "Everybody move, get the fuck out the way."
Yeah. Did not work in his favor. Unfortunately, he went to whip whip Brick into the chairs. Brick reversed it. Bear went to the chairs. You can hear me on the stream telling Bear to get up, which I popped myself saying that. That's what you should do. Pop yourself. This is where we've had another door sequence. Both men brought in doors at the same time. We had a power bomb into the doors. We had a frog splash onto the debris that was left over from the doors, followed by a choke slam by Bear to win the match. It was a great visual finish. That's actually the picture you see up there of the finish of them just laying exhausted, which was just absolutely great. I
The
can't.
other thing was this wasn't a short match.
No, this was a good probably 10 minutes, maybe a little bit
10
longer.
to 15.
Yeah.
Like, and they beat the hell out of each other for 10 to 15.
Yeah. I got to high five Bear, which like that was one of my highlights of the night of getting to high five Bear. We'll talk about your highlight in a later situation.
Yeah, we will.
But Chrissy says she pops herself regularly. Okay, fair enough.
Ma'am, that's a different show.
Hey, different strokes for, well, anyway.
Stop it.
Absolutely great match. Bear having the wherewithal to call to the crowd in those moments. There was a lot of those like build up, whoa moments to get the crowd going in it. I will say, I'm not above a promotion putting in audience sounds, and I don't think GCW did. I think maybe just that room is not great acoustically, because it sounded numerous times like it was dead, but after going back and watching the broadcast, you could hear fans through the entire thing. So I think maybe just the sound was going up and not going anywhere. So it was good to go back and watch it. A great match though.
Critiques, but that's just me being overly critical.
What's that?
I said I have production critiques, but that's just me being overly critical.
Well, yeah. I think we all do. I will say cameraman's on point this time, because I've mentioned numerous times that things I've watched GCW do, the cameraman misses big spots. They got all the spots, so I'm glad that they did. It was good to go back and see it. As a big man match, this was great. Do you think matches like this are underrated because of what they are?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, and it's as much as E was joking about it, he's not wrong. Like, yes, there are people that absolutely love 5-star classics.
Mhm.
There are people that just love two dudes beating the shit out of each other. This was two dudes beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Well, and I got to talk a little bit with Sam Stackhouse as we were leaving, and just to tell him like how much I appreciate as a big dude seeing a big dude on screen doing as great as he's doing. this is one of those that like it warmed my heart because as a big guy, I'm like these two big dudes are just in here killing it. So the representation is an important thing. So to see two big dudes just absolutely killing it on screen, like I loved it. I
100%.
need to see more of it.
100%.
Next match was a 6-man tag. It was Leeds Lewis, which is kind of an upstart that they got going. He's a very good kid.
Okay, did you catch their show in France?
I had not.
He was on that show, and I was like, "Oh shit, this kid can get it."
Yeah.
Well, now he's here, and we know he can get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Leeds Lewis, Busta and the Brain, Alec Price and Jordan Oliver, versus Team Bizarre, which that's absolutely what they were. It was a guy named Merc, a guy named Mr. Nasty, and a kid named Titan Yin, which I'll talk more about Titan here in a little bit. But Merc was a Russian.
Just say it.
He was a Nazi. That's like he basically was.
I thought he was more of an M. Bison type character.
Yeah, that was the dress, absolutely. But him shunning people all the time and like it seemed very.
It wasn't good. I wasn't.
Hold on.
He kills the character. I wasn't a fan of the character.
I'm a fan of the character. Not when you're in this tag team.
Yeah.
It's weird that they have a tag team name, which means that they're a tag team. They're legit, like they're a group.
No,
that's weird.
They're Team Bizarre because it's Bizarre Wrestling. The other side of the Wrestling for a Cause promotion.
Oh, that's
is
right.
Bizarre Wrestling.
That's right.
I found them on Facebook because Mr. Nasty popped up as like one of those things to follow, and it connected me to Bizarre Wrestling, which they do their promo stuff at Spaded and Jaded.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which side note, Spaded and Jaded, for
shout out.
The first thing is the original that was on here. That's where I got my first ever tattoo. Right after getting married. That was my first ever tattoo, and that's where I got it at. I had it that long. It was one of those we were at Carousel, which was right next to them at that location. And I'd mentioned that I didn't have any tattoos, and I guess my wife at the time wanted to fix that. So she walked next door, paid them the fee, said, "Come get a tattoo, pick one." So
okay,
got my first tattoo.
You know what? That tracks 100% for her. That tracks.
Yeah, that does. So they were there giving tattoos at the event. There was even a moment where they gave whoever was the first to get there a GCW tattoo for free.
Look, the second he said that, I almost jumped up and ran over there, and then I went, no, wait a minute. I'm going to be in salt water in like a week. I can't do that.
Well, not only that, but we hadn't seen the match I was there for. So I was right. It was the next match. So I'm glad I didn't try to. Well, I wouldn't say run. I'd hobble over there.
Y'all need to get your heads the fuck out of my way because I'm trying to watch this match.
However, though, I will say I might need to add GCW into my design that I'm designing because it's not a bad idea.
I thought about getting a small like on my back or something, somewhere like on the outside of this thigh or something. I don't know.
That only like a few people would see from time to time. Yeah. Anyway, so you had Merc, which was the M. Bison-esque character. You had Mr. Nasty, which was essentially a lot more sexualized version of Godfather. That's the best way I can say it. He did a lot of tongue stuff.
Which was just
sniffed his first and second finger a lot. But he had the pimp slap, which was fun, and he had the booty call, which was essentially like the Samoan butt thing in the corner. But he would just he would put it up to his head. He'd be like, "I'm gonna get," and he put it up in the air, and everybody yelled "booty call," and he went and did the thing.
That's creative as hell.
Yeah.
The pimp slap was solid too.
Well, especially because he slapped his thigh really good, because that was a good sound. That wasn't a real sound from a backhand, but it was a good sound.
Christy commented on Mr. Next.
Yeah. It was a lot of tongue. It was a lot of tongue. It was like 15-year-old in school, a lot of tongue. Ugh. Um, he dressed like a pimp. He absolutely did. And then there was Titan Yin. He came in with Raiden-esque hat on. Before we even talk about the match, I just want to say Titan Yin has a new fan. Like he was my me and Chrissy were having a conversation, and she was like, who's the best person? Like, who's your favorite person you saw there? And of course, we had to get Gabby and Bear out of the way. I was like, with them out of the way, he was absolutely my favorite person because he reminded me so much of Ricky Steamboat, especially in that moment at the end of the match of like he's by himself and he's gonna fight everybody. He didn't give a shit.
I had no idea who Titan Yin was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his name because I hadn't watched the replay until somebody posted about it on Twitter. I was like, I didn't catch his name. Thanks for that.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It was so good. Let's go through a little bit of the match real quick. Obviously, we got Jordan Oliver and Alec Price are already established GCW names. They're doing stuff in AEW as well. You got Leeds Lewis having a big opportunity to essentially be like the young boy for Busted in the Brain. They're kind of taking care of him, which we'll get to how important that is here in a little bit. Team Bizarre, a lot of great personalities. Whether you like the Merc character or not, all of them were very distinct personalities. And that's always good to have very distinctive character in what you're doing. And so it was good that they all stood out. There was a miscommunication between the heels that caused the pip slap to happen to Merc. Who
the sound was perfect.
Was beautiful. Which later he goes to try to get the tag because we've got Mr. Nasty who's needing to tag out because he's been beat up. And he goes to try to tag, and Merc drops to the floor like he's going to walk away. Mr. Nasty then turns around. Merc grabbed him by both his legs, split him on the post. And then that left Titan Yin by himself against three dudes. And I love the character work between Busted in the Brain and Leeds as well in that moment because they seemed very conflicted. It's almost like they were discussing stopping the match because they're like, it's 3 against 1. This isn't right. But he got fired up. They went ahead and went for it. He had a nice little, him being Yin, had a nice run getting one up on all 3 of them for a while. And then it just was too much. But he had a great showing, very breakout performance. He's someone that I think GCW fans should remember and keep an eye on. I would not be surprised if in the next year even he ends up on one of the big stages. Because that's a character you could easily just put into any storyline right now. Young underdog kid, skinny, like it writes itself.
Well, and there was the moment where he was on the top rope and Merc got knocked out of the ring and hit the ropes and he started to fall and he had the wherewithal to try and do like a rolling kick when he did it.
Yeah.
And shout out, I think it was Busta.
I think it was.
Shout out to Busta for like coming up to the move basically and taking what he could of it.
He got under him. Yeah, it was Yin was trying to do, I think it was a spinning kick like 1, 2, 3 Kid, like 6-Pac used to do.
Gotcha.
I think it was very much like that. And yeah, like as soon as he got up there, Merc hit the rope, miscommunication there of what was going on, an unscripted miscommunication, causing him to slip. And like he went ahead and went for it because he's going to fall anyway. So might as well try to springboard as much as he can. And yeah, to his credit, he got under it. Yeah,
it was either Buster or Leeds. It wasn't Jordan.
No, I think it was. I think it was Busta. He got under it and like caught the move. Like so, very good talking between the two of them to get that done. The finish of this was a Doomsday Canadian Destroyer, which Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna back up though. Before they hit this sequence, there was another sequence. Alec Price hit this rising knee strike, and again, hit his thigh at just the right moment, because I thought he rocked the fuck out of that kid.
It sounded clean.
Oh, it sounded so good. And then they hit like a triple move in the corner, and the kid kicked out. Like, shout out to Titan Yen. Like, you made a name for yourself that night.
Yeah, it was absolutely a great performance. I quoted JR as we were watching it, just kind of to myself, because it reminded me very much of like the Jeff Hardy moment of him versus Taker in the ladder match. Like, make yourself famous, kid. Like, he made himself famous that night. Absolutely someone I'm going to watch.
If he's a local regular, I definitely want to see more of this kid.
Absolutely.
Because that was I'm not going to take away from Mr. Natsy's antics aside, he was good in the ring.
Yeah.
So was Merc.
Yeah. All three of them were very talented, but
right.
I definitely was drawn more to Yin.
Yes. And if like they're doing a show in a couple weeks, I'm going to do this shout out now because I actually looked into this thing. The Summer Bazaar, August 8th at the Property Event Center. I'm really considering going because there's wrestling for like 2.5 hours that night.
Yeah.
At the end. And it's like $5.
Yeah.
So if going to that show gets me more of Titan Yen, sign me up.
Absolutely. So such a great, strong babyface performance. I mean, you think of Ricky Morton, you think of Sean back in the Rocker days.
Sean, he reminds me of Paul London.
That's a good call too.
Paul London, Brian Kendrick type character.
Yeah.
Like this kid's, he definitely, if he gets seen by the right people and keeps getting better, yeah, I won't be surprised to see him on TV in the next year to 2 years, like you said.
Yep.
I'd say 2 probably, but I definitely hope GCW starts using him.
Absolutely. So then after that, we had the match that made me want to go to this anyway. It was originally the main event, Gabby Forza versus Christian Napier. It was originally what we were supposed to see.
So they didn't announce the match as the main event. They just said the next match.
Mm-hmm.
And as the match went on, like they'd only been wrestling for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It
literally had just started, and then the rest of Vandal 48 came in, which is Atticus and Otis Kogar, both of them coming in and taking care of that and jumping her. And then at that point, Cowboy Way, which is the group that her and Bear faced at the last GCW event.
Saturday night in Dallas.
Yeah.
Which is one called Manders and
Thomas Shire.
That's who it was. I can never remember Tommy's last name.
Yep. Which, I mean, think FTR mixed with like the Blackjacks. Like it's kind of that type of they're hard hitting.
Tommy Shire gives me a very Bob Orton vibe.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that.
Manders is very much a bald blackjack mulligan type dude.
See, when I saw Thomas, I saw Bam Bam Gordy. Just his stature,
that
the
works
look,
too.
Yeah, just hard hitting. But so anyway, they came in and Manders dropped an F-bomb, said, "No, we're not ending it this way. Like, how about you three versus us three right now?" And then
that was announced as the main event.
That was announced as the official main event in a 3-way match, or in a 6-man match, excuse me, which apparently was a Chaos Rules. I guess that's what they announced it as. Essentially, no rules.
Right. I don't know that I think if you have, I don't know that even GCW has a DQ option.
I don't know.
Like, I don't think they do disqualifications at all.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm fine with that. That's your thing. Cool.
Yeah. But this was pure GCW. It was brawling, weapons, chaos. There was a moment that all 6 of them got behind where we were. They all sat in chairs right across from each other and just beat the shit out of each other sitting down.
And just started throwing bombs.
Absolutely crazy.
But before that,
Yes, before that, it was while it was still a 1-on-1, right? Am I right about that?
No,
Oh no,
no,
that's when they were coming
because
around.
the other two had gone out the other way,
That's
and
right.
her and I think it was her and Atticus came
Uh,
over by us.
yeah, I think so.
Her and Atticus or her and Christian?
I think it was Atticus, if I remember right.
Okay.
Yeah, they come over there and she's beating the tar out of Atticus, and she gets right next to where we're standing, and just high fives Tori. And I've got a camera video from a fan that got it perfect. So I'm gonna send that to you probably tomorrow because I got it saved on my work computer. But I found it on Twitter today, and I'm
Oh, I
like,
saw it on Twitter.
okay.
I
You did
commented on it on Twitter when it happened, when I saw it.
okay. I downloaded that
I was
video,
so
so if you
excited
want
about it,
that
though.
video, I have it because it was clean. It was a clean video. Looked like you
Yeah.
see it perfect. I took a screen grab of it, and so I've got like a fuzzy screen grab of it too. But no, the video is pristine. You could see it just flat out, and the
That's
smile on your
funny.
face is
I
amazing.
was so excited about it.
Yeah. Um, so anyway, so they're all brawling. We get to the end of the match. What ended up happening is I want to say it was Atticus again, if I remember right. Atticus throws a fireball, hitting Manders. Um, perfect, like perfect way for the heels to try to go over. But the finish itself was actually Gabby getting the win after an emotional payoff, because as this fight's going on, the fireball happens. Viperous comes out, which she has her thing with the entire Vandal crew. They beat her down. I think it was the night before. She
They
got
jumped in the alleyway and took out her knee.
yeah, which she came back out later that night and got beat down some more. And so this was her coming back out again after being in a medical facility and all that to try to get some of that back. But yeah, so it was just a continued story from the Dallas of who was the mystery attacker. Apparently, we don't know that it was Vandal, that any of Vandal that did it. It was someone in a mask.
I think Christian was taking credit for it, like later in the show in Dallas.
Yeah.
They didn't mention it last night, but I want to say that he had taken credit for it.
Which I will say. So as we were driving to the event, I did say that I was bummed because originally Viperous was announced that she was going to be part of the show, and then when the official card came out, she wasn't on it. And for that reason specifically, because Tori leans every chance she gets when we talk about Viperous, I was like, she's got to be here so we could do that. It was a lot of fun though. But so she comes out, she ends up getting them back on the back foot. Gabby gets the win. They had a nice little emotional moment in the ring. They all raise hands. All bias aside, because obviously we're biased for Gabby. Gabby is becoming a big name as we see. Like as we just kind of got to know her, and as we're watching her ascent, this is amazing to watch someone that we just talked to not too long ago having an interview, and she's shown up on TNA. She's doing this GCW thing. She's becoming a GCW favorite. There were so many people that I've seen the tweets all day long of Nome, Oklahoma, or however it was said, but the homies and nomies. There we go. I've been seeing it all day. So the fact there were so many people that loved her being there, I'm so happy for her, and I hope this means bigger things for her. Especially if she could get on that TNA roster, because Bear's already there. So more time with the hubby that I know she loves very much.
We were both excited about the show to begin with before they even announced anybody being there.
Yeah.
Then they announced Bear was going to be there. We were like, "Fuck yeah!" And we're like, I hope Gabby's there, but if she's not, because even she didn't know. I asked her about it after or before we had the interview. It was
I think it was
before.
before. Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to be there. She's been on the last like 3 GCW like 4-day swings. They're starting to see the value of Gabby.
Yeah. Which absolutely.
And they should.
They-
100%. They should. She's incredibly talented. The fans respond to her. She's great in the ring. She's good on the mic. She's personable. She's somebody you can get behind.
Yeah.
And again, I don't say that as a bias. I say that because that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Well, and she's that type of character, and I don't want to, say she's like this or like that, but she's Thea Hale. She's Nikki Cross. She's that little engine that she may talk herself into a bad situation, but she's going to try to fight her way the fuck out of it. And I love that type of character of someone just, I don't give a shit.
Come get it.
Yeah. Everybody can get it, which actually specifically today, she tweeted that she needs to fight every man. And I had to reply because I'm like, hold on. Every man, like, I don't want to fight. Where's my white towel? I don't want to do this.
I quit right now. I will lay down. It's fine. We don't have to fight about it. I'll take the L.
Nope. Give me a schoolboy. We're fine.
We were excited about seeing Gabby and Bear. Go ahead and finish, and then we'll get into all that.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, so just to kind of finish out the overall thoughts of the show, I think it was successful. I had tweeted that I hope they get to come back again. A new friend of the show, the promoter for WFC, replied to that tweet and has already said that they're going to, which he's the one that initially pulled the strings for this. So him saying that they're going to, I'm sure that's going to happen. And I would love to, we will be there when they come back. Absolutely.
If you need help, holla.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
we're trying to get on commentary. For anybody that's not understanding, we're trying to get on commentary because that would be so much fun.
I watched the show before Michael did Monday morning, and I messaged him, and I don't know the guy. I saw his name earlier. I don't know him. I've never heard him announced before. I don't know if he was having a bad day. I don't know specifics, so I'm not gonna. My man was boring.
Yeah.
You need to do a pump of Coke or something and get it hyped up, bro. Like,
well, and
what?
We talked about it a little bit.
GCW show.
Yeah.
This is not Monday Night Raw.
We talked about it a little bit, and the reference that I said was like, for a show like this, you need to be like a Joey Styles, a Mauro Ranallo. Like, you need to have that where it builds up. When we're talking about the main event, so the main event, Gabby is about to body slam. I want to say it was, I don't think it was Atticus this time. I think I don't know which one it was. She went to body slam someone onto a chair, and he sounded so monotone about the whole thing. She's gonna body slam him onto the chair. That's it. I was expecting someone to get a hole-in-one after that. This was a golf announcement or something. It was crazy. But anyway, I don't want to talk down to the person that do it. But yeah, I mean, that's something we'd love to do. Is we'd love to do commentary. He's doing something that I would love to do. So good on him for having that opportunity.
100. Like I said, I don't know the guy. I'm not trying to be horrible. This is a GCW show. Like, Veda is fantastic with GCW shows.
Yeah.
Because she's hyped up about it.
Yeah. Which I was sad that I didn't hear that too. I kind of thought I'd hear Veda.
I'd have been excited if Veda had been there.
Yeah.
MLJ gets on and does commentary. He's hyped up, and he talks shit about like KJ Orso, which is fucking hilarious.
Which I will say, so that did make it better because you and I were talking right before the show started. Like, after I watched it back, it wasn't as bad, but that's because he got on commentary and it was a good dichotomy of like, this guy's not bringing a lot of energy. He's bringing a lot of energy. It kind of met in the middle, but There was a couple of moments where he was by himself, and it wasn't as entertaining. But anyway, I digress. This was a strong mix of local and national names, which was a lot of fun. We got to see a lot of new people that we've never seen before. I have followed so many new people on Twitter that I'm going to keep an eye on now. And I'm just telling you right now, we have reached out to everybody that we have had the ability to that was on that card to try to do an interview with, because everybody can get it. But the crowd felt invested, especially after watching it back. Again, like in there, the acoustics, I guess, aren't good because it sounded like it was a dead crowd. But once we saw it on TV, it was very much a strong presence for us, which is great. I'd love to see this happen more often. And I can't say anything bad about it. So I mean, the main point that I want to talk about of our experience of this show is we have talked about being burnt out. We have talked about kind of being tired of the main stage. And we have both been to WWF shows. We have both been to WCW shows. We have both been to AEW shows. And as great as those situations were and those shows were, this was 100 times more fun.
This, for me, is the top 3 show I've ever been to, and that's saying something, considering I was at All In Texas.
Yeah.
That's number 1. That show was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that anybody could beat what that was. Hopefully, I'll find out in September. And just full transparency here, I had told Michael last week that I was going to take a break. I just needed some time because I'm just very meh about wrestling right now. I'm not excited about stuff. Yes, I will 100% say part of it is everything still going on with heels. Because we still haven't gotten anywhere. We're 11 and a half weeks out and nothing's changed. And it's getting public, and it's probably going to get more public.
Yeah.
I just have been very, and Mary made a good point. It's kind of started to feel like a job as opposed to something I enjoy, because I've watched so much wrestling.
Yeah.
In the past couple months, and I'm not putting that on anybody.
Yeah.
That's been my choice. But
Absolutely.
I'm changing jobs, and so I told him I just needed a break. But God, this show was fun.
Yeah. This changed my perspective on a lot of, like, when WWE comes to town, when AEW comes to town, I am not going to be as invested in getting a ticket because I don't think it's going to be as fun as this. So I am more invested with, does GCW come back? And even WFC, seeing that more, because
Definitely.
they were mixed into this. And so
I
getting that opportunity.
I haven't tried to get a WWE ticket in 5 to 7 years. I just don't.
Yeah.
I watch it on Mondays because it's on Netflix and I have Netflix. I watch NXT
watch
because
it.
it's on CW.
Yeah.
I pretty much.
Well, and NXT's
I
fun.
love NXT.
Yeah.
I watch AEW pretty regularly. I'm not as religious about it as I used to be. If AEW's coming to town, I'm gonna get a ticket. I love going to AEW shows. They're so much fun. Plus, it's the people for me.
Yeah. See, with me, it's more of that. I'm not saying I won't go to an AEW event. I absolutely will. The people that work there that we know, and the people that we don't know, people that we just see and hear stories about from the people that we know and see in wonderful things on TV of how they are in person, I will support those people all the time. So, but just the experience that we had this weekend, like that was a change for me.
The meet and greet part was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah.
The fact that they do it before, and I understand that it's not just a meet and greet. It's these people are running their merch booth.
Yeah.
Which holla at me. I'll come work your merch booth for you. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Tell me
for
what
sure.
you want me to do. I'll go do it.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. So the picture I've got up here now, I don't know if you I saw you were looking at the stream earlier?
I don't have it on there right now.
Okay. So it's the picture of us and Gab.
Okay.
And so we will end this conversation with GCW on this note. So when we first got there, we immediately went to Bear and Gabby's table because that's the reason we were going. We were going because we love Gabby, got to have a conversation with her, and has absolutely became one of my favorite people just from that little bit of conversation that we had. So we wanted to have that time. I also wanted to do that for Bear because the conversation that we had with her, where she was talking about Bear, he seems like such a cool dude. And so I wanted to see him more and talk to him more. And I told Christy this. I think the fact that I got a hug from Bear was almost my favorite thing of the night. And I don't know why, but just, I don't know. It was cool.
Because, and I honestly, I don't, just a little bit that I know of Bear through Gabby, through wrestling, Twitter, so on. He's secure in who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to have a problem giving somebody a hug.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. I'm here for every
sure.
bit of that. Like, when we left, I stepped over and I stepped behind the table and told them we were leaving. They both gave me a hug.
Yep.
Like, I was so excited to meet Gabby in person after the talking that her and I had done through messages on Twitter, the interview, all of that. I was so excited about seeing them, and it absolutely was worth it. And they are exactly the people you think they are, and they're exactly who they say they are on Twitter.
Yeah, which is great because we unfortunately don't see that a lot, where the person that we see in the public is the same person that they are in private. They do very much seem to be that. It was a blast seeing her. We both got a signed 8x10 of her. I also, selfishly, I kind of like the fact that it's still her broken tooth picture.
So Mary said something. She's like, I love that it's her broken I'm like, I'm sure these are old ones she had printed up, but I was a pretty big fan of the fact that the tooth was still missing.
Yeah. So that was cool. I also ended up buying one of their trading cards. It was one with her and Bear on it. And they both signed it for me, which is amazing. I have got a card folder that I've been saving for a while, trying to decide what I was going to do, because originally I was going to get the X-Men series, the Marvel series cards from back in the 90s. I had all those when I was a kid, and so I was going to go on this hunt of trying to find all those again. But that is the first card I put in there. And so now I think that is going to be an autograph book for me. And I'm going to use cards for that, because now that cards are the big thing again, they all had cards on the table. So I think that's something I'm going to start doing.
I do want to say shout out to the interaction between Manders and Ash. The big brother, little brother was so cute.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was so funny.
Yeah. He's obviously, they have to know each other, I assume. Because it was very much like he was like on him. One of the pictures that Christy got was that they're like, he's got his arms just wrapped around the kid and just standing there.
And Ash is just like,
such a great community there. Going around all the tables to talk to some of the people. Christy got a picture with Gypsy, which both of us were too intimidated to try to talk to, but then Tori did end up talking to her.
I talked to her, and she was an absolute doll, and I hope we can connect and get her on the show.
Absolutely.
She was interested. So if by some chance you see this, shout us, give me a shout, let's talk. Let's find a date, let's chat.
And I followed you from the channel today, so
nice.
Gonna...
She literally had me unfollow her and follow her back just so I would be on the top, and then she followed me, and I was pretty excited about that.
Absolutely cool.
But I definitely, if they go to Oklahoma City, I'm going.
Yeah.
They come back to Tulsa, I'm going. They get to Dallas, Wichita, somewhere in Arkansas nearby.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go do that, because this was fucking great.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
A great wrestling experience. We're at like 9:45 and we're still fucking talking.
Yeah. Well, that just shows the effect that it had. I mean, it's
such a good time.
I wasn't at the point that you were. However, I will say, like, it reminded me of when we used to do the play-by-play shows, where we would talk about what happened on Raw and what happened on SmackDown, how that eventually started to become a job because it wasn't us enjoying it anymore. It was just us making notes so we knew what to talk about. And it's started to kind of feel that way. And that's why I love the fact that Stampede got us out there looking at IWTV and Triller, because it opened us up to stuff that we haven't been seeing. And that show itself has reinvigorated me.
I can tell you, I am definitely going to start making a thing of trying to watch the GCW shows if I'm home live or the next day or whatever. On like, I really want to I want to get to know the product more. Like this was so much fun, and if I know the product and I know the people, and yes, there's stuff they do that I'm not a fan of.
Yep.
I'm still gonna watch it.
Yep. And I will say, not just the wrestlers, the fans there, 99.9% of them were great. There was a couple of dudes that were arguing over chairs that could have gone away, as far as I was concerned. Especially because, like, here's a story for you and Christy, because I don't think you guys knew this. So while you both were at the stand getting food and drink, there was a girl probably about 18, maybe 19, that was standing. She obviously hadn't gotten a ticket. She was just there standing in the back watching the show. And so she was walking over there and saw like the empty chairs on my left and saw the empty chairs on the right. And she was like, you know, are people sitting here? And I'm like, well, there's two people sitting there. I was like, but I bought 4 tickets and my kid didn't show up. My kid decided she didn't want to go. If you want that seat, you can sit right there. Well, then those knuckleheads came over and she had to move because they were complaining that they didn't have seats. Which, come to find out, the seats next to me, that was their seats the entire damn time. There was 2 people sitting in their seats.
I don't know if you've kept up with NXT, but Santana debuted tonight.
Nice. We were just talking about him. Great to see him show up.
See how quickly they fucked that up.
Chrissy says she really loved it. Thank you guys. Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about the fact of when we do this again, she wants to keep going. Love to see people that start to love wrestling. You had made the reference of, like, for the first half of the show, she was literally, not figuratively, literally on the
edge of her seat.
So
into the matches, taking pictures. Looked to me like she was having a great time.
Yeah.
Feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but you were so into it.
But to the point of what I was saying about the fans, I got to talk to 2 fans that were there. One of them scanned my QR code that was on the back of my shirt, so hopefully he's watching. If he is, drop a comment down there, leave your name. I unfortunately, like, in the haze of everything, I didn't ask you your name, and I'm sorry about that, because I definitely would like to know who you are. And then there was a young dude in front of us who was very excited, kept turning around and talking to me during the show. A very sweet dude. I appreciate you talking to me. I'm going to post this out there, obviously, with the hashtag GCW Tussle. So anybody that was there, please feel free to message me. I'd love to get as many local people as I can to be part of this experience with us. And maybe we can do meetups when they come back out here. And if you're a fan of WFC, maybe we can meet up there too. It'd be a lot of fun. But anyway, we've gone well over this. So remember, the bell doesn't stop when this show ends. Join the No Cell Nation. Follow Kicking Out at 2 on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky. Join the Gimmick Table Media Discord for wrestling conversations, PLE watch-alongs, second screen fun for when we do our gaming stuff. Make sure to go to our merch store right down there. I just will say, biggest pop of my night, Bear fawning over our shirt, which I geeked out about because I made the shirt. I made the design. So I was very happy about that.
For those that may have seen it, there was another podcast called Kicking Out at 2. They have changed their name and did a thing saying Kicking Out at 2 is dead. No, it's not. We right here.
Yeah.
They changed their name. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Speaking of respect, we said, hey, this is what we've been doing for 7 years. Y'all been doing it for a cup of coffee. And they changed their names. Shout out. But
absolutely. Well,
I
and
also want to take a minute and tell you thank you. Like, you put in so much work for this. So, and you don't get to cut me off. Like, I knew you're not going to let me do this unless I just surprised you with it. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. You put in so much work for Gimmick Table as a general, but just for our show, you got the tickets for GCW. Like, I appreciate you. You do a great job, and I appreciate you.
thank you. Okay. I hate you. Can't leave here without a last pop. And considering the conversations that Tori and I have had, I felt like this was the best conversation to have at the end of this show. So before we get out of here, here's a reminder that your taste in wrestling is allowed to change. Think about it like we always talk about as a buffet. When you walk in, maybe you went straight for the same thing every single time. Maybe you only wanted the one big main event matches. Maybe you wanted the flashy matches, the hardcore stuff, the technical stuff, the high-flying stuff. Maybe that was your cup of tea. But as you spend more time at the table, you might discover something new that you never thought you'd enjoy. And that's okay. Maybe the style you loved 5 years ago doesn't hit the same anymore. We were big Attitude Era fans. We loved Stone Cold. We loved DX. Looking back on it, I'm not a big fan of it now. There's the nostalgia of it, but I'm not a fan now of what I was a fan of then. Maybe the wrestler you never cared about suddenly becomes a favorite for you, or maybe you find yourself watching a company or a country or a style of wrestling that you've ignored before. That doesn't make your old favorites bad, and it doesn't make your new favorites wrong. It means you're a fan experiencing the buffet as you should. The buffet that keeps adding new dishes. So stop worrying about whether you're a real fan because your tastes evolved. The only bad way to enjoy wrestling is letting someone else tell you what you're allowed to like. There's a seat at the table for everybody. Try something new, revisit something old, and just enjoy the buffet. And with that, we're officially kicking out 2 hours into the stream. In the meantime and in between
It's been a hot minute since we did 2 hours.
Right? In the meantime and in between time, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2.
We stand together with pride worldwide.